Say them like me, but me know them a fake it. Bad man see my life and take it. True them no man great, no want me get a break. They want me fi fail, boy. Yeah. Some of them a sprinkle them mile with them see me, them a smile and me know them a dashboard. Why want me crash in a car and dead? Why want give me 5 in a me head? Me no believe in a mankind. Them brutal wicked and
invited and didn't go because she refused to take it. And immediately, for me personally, whether it did go so or not, me did give you a little more ratings for that Nicki. As a Caribbean girl, on the level of big that you are, you know what I mean? Me say them fight you and me feel say most now me accept say it's probably because of reasons like that. You know, sell your soul fully. You still have a little moral compass, boy. When me I worry about you with Nicki is when me see her do on TikTok. Me see her do something on TikTok we're very dangerous. Not only for Trinidad where you come from, but for the rest of Caribbean and Jamaica. And then by extension Africa and the world. Because they see through the eyes of Jamaica. And you guys I think know this. So when you go on TikTok, Nicki, and you're saying that you love the Jamaican TikTokers and you're picking and choosing who you're gifting and who you're associating with and who you're... May I notice the people then where you pick and I send gift to. You have one creature where they pan it, one man. I'm not going to call his name because I'm not giving no validation. Him share a name when me share as well with an individual. See? And I notice you gifted him the other day and it's the biggest talk on TikTok that you gifted him. But we as Jamaicans would like to know who that man is and what kind of role him play. Because we see them take him and them dress him up like a transgender, put him in a makeup and ear. Him say the most dirty and nastiest things them we could have ever hear come out of any individual. Him allowed to say them something upon TikTok. See? And you, Nicki Minaj, over there, I give him. Now, there's a next little girl on there that you form a friendship with named Brittany Goff. When Brittany Goff first entered onto TikTok, she came on with the worst trauma any one of us could have ever seen. An experience out of a little girl who said, I saw her as my daughter, because my daughter is 23. And when I saw Brittany Goff, I cried real literal tears because guess what? I saw myself figuring out how to deal with traumas and how them affect you. And it affected me on a personal level to the point where I was moved to go a Montego Bay, go drive out Norwood and search for her and find her. Because me nobody just want to go with where me I see on social media. Me did want to go meet her in person and really see if I actually act or she really need help. And so I went, knock up her door. She was like, what you doing me yard? Seeing, cause when me tell her I say Queen Ifrica, she was like, Queen Ifrica, what you doing me yard? Seeing? And I say, you come link. And she said she'll come to me and she come outside. And I sat and I had the greatest conversation with her. And I saw in that moment that that little girl had so much ambition in her. There's so much that she personally wanted to do as an individual for herself. But the things that will happen to her, if for those 1 year who have an idea of who Brittany is, you can go find her on TikTok, she named Brittany Goff. See? This little kid was brutally raped, sodomized, all kind of dark things happened to her in her teenage years. And now at 20, early 20, she's now at the point of trying to figure herself out, to rise above her circumstances and to live on above and beyond these things. And she ended up on TikTok and become a sensation because I think mostly because of her natural, the person who she is. So I went and met her, I sat with her, I told her that I was willing to pay for anything that she wanted to do. She said she loved cosmetics, she said she loved makeup and stuff. I offered to pay for her to go to the makeup school and You know, get it done on a professional level. However, she said to me that she don't necessarily want to start that right now. She want to stay on TikTok and do her thing on TikTok because she have people on there that love her, and she's just going to stay there. She's going to try to change her behavior and try to do better by herself. And to be fair to her, for the most part, I've watched her try to do that. See? What I notice about my country is that when you have girls like Brittany Goff, who have been through a lot of negative stuff in their life and is trying not to become victim to go on prostitution and go on a back road and just call it a day and end up in a taboo and then place there. She's fighting back and trying to do it her way and to try to fight for herself. There's not a lot of people to encourage her. So now she's enemy number one over TikTok because she now do the things them on TikTok again. And she now go on with the madness and she a try. Nicki Minaj give her some gift and she give back Nicki Minaj the gift them because Nicki Minaj a take talk from some other people. Now Nicki Minaj, I would love for you to know Brittany Goff for herself, because when I went there she turned me down. She said, "We not really I look handout queen, but just want to get myself on my foot and be the kind of person me really want to be." So when me see she give back Nicki Minaj them, I never saw it as her being negative or trying to be bad mind. It's really so the little girls stay for true. Now Nicki Minaj unfollow her and this whole, me know Nicki Minaj try to promote her new album where come and everything, and everybody knows that when you want to get it through the portal of Jamaica you have to walk through. So again, me want to say find the right kind of relationship with Brittany Goff, Nicki Minaj, so that the kids in Trinidad, the girls, the vulnerable girls in Trinidad who are impressed and inspired and are patterning some of the things that they see happen here in Jamaica, they can see you finding some girls who are not necessarily trouble and in trouble to associate with, and check out people like the man where you send the gift to talk about your friend and them something. They find out what kind of character him is. Find out if no little boy they we are ball about, no rape where they get her. You understand? We not judge people by them choices broad brushly, but some we hear them people they talk on the TikTok page and some things when we hear them friends talk about them. These things where the advocacy groups them in Jamaica, the children rights group them, me think them need to join them up there and really are listening to some of them things that where them people they are say them are do. Before we not empower them and turn them into influencers for really little boy, them and see them and say if Nicki Minaj a gift them, maybe I saw them need to look and so them need to act to get attention. So Nicki Minaj, me I say this to you, sis, sexy dolly girl, Trinidadian, Caribbean, know the wildness so we attack from and know we not care. So careful. If you're not do that to Trinidad kids, don't do it to Jamaican children. If you're not doing your thing where you do on TikTok with Trinidadian children, not do it to Jamaican children. Find influencers that are going to make them be better of themselves, not worse. Find things to associate with both the country. Just like you see Queen Omega, they would associate with reggae of Jamaica to become the Queen Omegas, them where they are becoming of the world. Make the little girls them want to become, and the little boys them want to become like Nicki Minaj. Don't judge you by the people them see you associate with out here. The scrubs of we society, the nothings of we society. We've been doing it for the longest while and getting away with it under the guise of creativity. But it's a greater monster we now serve. The devil. That is why when ladies have jumped into the middle of the day and say, "Yeah, right, Brittany, give her back the things," then because, yeah, that was right for her to do. I hope she wasn't doing it from a corrupt place, because we know how that stay one time. Nobody them talk truth and not talk truth for truth's sake. Them talk it out of them personal feelings them. So I was very much appreciative of the fact when Lady Soft tell Britney to give back the gift them. See? That is the work we want you to do, Lady Soft. Keep the devil away from the children. Don't lead them to them. You see me? So because this hap, when you're TikTok now created for be one of Jamaica people biggest distraction ever, especially for the inner city and the underprivileged among us. The whole I know over there, Andrew Wallace, Mr. set up TikTok page. The whole of the Labour Right government set up TikTok page. I'm busy over there, put up video after video. Because they realize, say, at the outlet that what Jamaica people have. We then can be and do anything and hack anywhere over. You will have to line up over there, recruit. Batman, Missy over there as pastor, Anglican pastor, over there recruit. All kind of recruitment are going over TikTok. Because nobody now pay attention to the youth them we are with them on TikTok. I be a little girl in a classroom, I turn on phone, I go on TikTok. Seeing? While teacher teach, them they on TikTok and man, they on your talk about when you come off, give me your number half here. And we don't see no TikTok police. You know the farmer with advocacy groups them for help, for pay attention to the but you know want to come regulate people like we Andrew Holness and we you want to come regulate. But you know really regulate the pedophile them and the predator them. We line up and we pick them over TikTok. You over there create page with them because at the end of the day, as long as you can get a vote, anyway we take it. See, at the expense and we use them psyche and culture and everything where them believe in as human. We see the influencers we wanna have. Well, dog, me lose half of your babes. Because me watch what you do with Brittany. And she say, alright, yeah, you find out how to make some food on the internet and the whole round now gone over there and near off on one of the head and chop them on the one and who are choose fish and fish over there again lion and this and everybody that are go. That is no farming in the culture. That is no farming in the future. That is no making people think say everything what una do Jamaica judge by it. And this is to make the world know say do not judge Jamaica by all I want to see a go on TikTok as half a who fit on TikTok as Jamaica never know that there's a TikTok out there figure upon. So I still the wounded ones, you see me, we not still have overfeed with the poison. And them are the ones that are going to be the vultures in the apocalypse. We are going to run out in the road because when them turn off the TikTok frequency, they now have nowhere else to go outlet. So them are just be a foolish stuff going to happen. So we are saying Nicki Minaj, why we know so yeah promote a new album, babes, and I wish a new album well. You don't know the relationship between Jamaica and Trinidad will never change because that love when I have nothing to do with individuals is a spiritual link between Jamaica and Trinidad. See? We just want to pay attention to the positives about Jamaica too. Nicki. That boy that we see her send gift to. Whole heap of other youth we are trying the better things where they on the platform where you have to share gift with. So that if you share gift to draw attention. Because I don't want my little 11-year-old know about that boy there. I even know say it exists. When time when you use phone up 100 million powers and then dance them darkness there in my country. And some little boy that you not soul that you not make a go because they must say if Nicki Minaj endorse him then from you endorse him and give him the gift, I'll be a little boy, I see I put on fuck and I come from Bumbleclaw TikTok. Nicki Minaj, and that you are do to my country. Yeah. And you know, see, no one in Jamaica try to shoot that in a Trinidad. Because where we try to shoot in a Trinidad is the culture of who we are as Caribbean people. So who allow you to come and try that to my country, Nicki? Who allow you to come and try that to my country, to my young people, them? I mean, I try to do that, I don't know we are celebrating and try that to your young people, them. You see me? And if you leave Jamaica alone, if you don't love Jamaica, leave we alone and stop. Use we for no devilish bumbleclad outcome. That we are saying, we now bow round it and beg no friend round it. A people power we saying a real life comes what may. You see me? Moving forward, we want the people we associate with Jamaica for the good of Jamaica and not so much for the negatives. Because you have all invested in the negativities of your outcomes and want to come involve and continue to carry my country down the road round the gone down. At the expense of young people, them soul. And because you know, have facilitators who are willing to facilitate you know, with their agendas down here. You see me? We youths and our country deserve more than this for all that we have done for everyone included. Jamaica have done the most for the world. Jamaica have done the most for the world where resisting against oppression is concerned. We shouldn't be the one on the shitty end of the stick. You guys should be coming together and figuring out how to help us and how to help Jamaican young people. You up on TikTok and give blood clot gift to a pedophile. See me? How much young boy them man they fuck crawling at the inner city community them? Make them come talk now. Them depend their cost them money than attack the things them about them worry than what them do and want them go up their man and cut off head and drink blood and this and one that do it and that and all these people allowed and now quest. That's why Predator's Paradise now get no push. Because Predator's Paradise Jukuno now no high. Jamaica is a predator's paradise. Jamaica is a predator's paradise. Jamaica is a predator's paradise. It's down here the predators them operate from. Down here the place where any predator can come set up shop and do as them like. Easy. 1, 2, 3. Quick, you in Jamaica do anything you want. Because the people them will protect we are predator themselves. You see me? And we, the influencers, the greatest influencers of the world must now become subordinates to everyone that come along. Seeing? So, as it is right now, there's not a lot more that will be said. The ball is in the court of the people. The ball is in the court of the Jamaican people. See, if we decide with the rest of this war between good and evil, who you standing with? God and the devil, who you standing with? That is what this one boiled down to. Who? Jamaican poor ghetto people are you standing with? God or the devil? God or the devil? The great and mighty people. My fellow Jamaicans who have the power to make the world stand still right now. By coming together and say no more. In the biggest and the most united voice them ever hear. No more to the devil. No more to the devil. We have the power right now, whether we're in the diaspora or we're in Jamaica. Because it's not about a big crowd. It's standing up in your heart. It's standing up in your heart. The first place you're going to stand up in your heart against the evils. The first place to stand up against evil is in your heart. The first place to stand up against evil is in your heart. So you have to learn forgiveness of self first. Then you forgive those who trespass against you. Then the atoms begin to bless you. Then your mercy begin to realize. If we not start to give ourselves, Jamaican black people, they're going to sit and watch us ravel